Twist the truth until it's just another tale. Listed as is, I got a story for sale. An agent in confusion, confounded by my delusion, blaming on the substances that I've been abusing. Head trauma, bandaged to equilibrium. Sanity only found in the sanitarium. Sanitize my dirty ass motivation. Conjuring other personalities for deliberation. Stick around long enough to justify it. Disparaged by my predicament. I'll do fine casting my own self-judgment. Wondering if I do enough of it. Chisel my manifesto into the rock. Even time wasn't held back by the clock. Hands pointing out the mental block. It started with the fist and ended with the clock. Policed by the rubbernecks, social commentary to interject, but it's his actions that they couldn't interpret. Disguised distrust as benefit, pride shiny and boastful, life sentence was doubtful. Assisted suicide is how he died, in a cell with the noose tied. Hung jury for a mistrial behind the bars all the while. Twist the truth until it's just another tale. Listed as is, I got a story for sale. An agent in confusion, confounded by my delusion, blaming on the substances that I've been abusing. Impaired vision from the provisions. Old decisions dictate how we're living. Italian traditions tell me how I'm sinning. As above is so below. Swept by the tide in the undertow. Prove my point without sharp wit. Silly quips converted to rhetoric. Questions unanswered, rhetorical in nature. All upgrades, nothing to replace here. See myself to the door. I'm not welcome in my mind anymore. Search for another related story, but it's all kinda left me. Discharge the neuron, split the atom. Power gained I couldn't even fathom. Double Dutch laughter, the Cold War was forgotten. History repeats itself when the spoiled lunch was rotten. Slaves making iPhones instead of picking cotton. But none of that mattered the day that they shot him. Funeral home arrangements to pick out his coffin. Can't help but wonder if I could have stopped him. Condolences instead of contribution. Ridicule that led to retribution. Reiterate that it was the conclusion. Wasted words, I had no excuse then. I failed to pacify the hate that consumed him. And I'm just no use to them. I'm just another fucking problem. Just a problem. Listed as is, I got a story for sale. An agent in confusion, confounded by my delusion, blaming on the substances that I've been abusing. This is the story. I'm an abused youth, an adult that's now searching for my truth. Looking for proof that life isn't pointless. Stressed out, depressed mostly, and sometimes hopeless. Bedridden or manic, sometimes in a panic. Frantically pacing to the doom that's approaching. Wishing that I was more like how I was expected to. So lost in this world and I don't deserve you. You pick me up and dust me off. You help me find a new path whenever I get lost. Shower me with understanding and affection. Calm me down when I'm overly stressing. You help me break this addiction, even if it was just my prescription. You taught me that I deserve to do things my way. That I had a voice and people should listen to what I have to say. That hopelessness doesn't make me worthless. You love me, and all I can do is return it with this. I love you. Wake up not knowing where I am. I fear what I might do when I don't understand. Confused is a word that I seem to use a lot. All these demons I previously fought all seem to come out when it's time for bed. And you don't make me feel pressured to get it out of my head. Patience when I sleep all day. You just let me feel okay. The pages keep turning without my permission. Submissive to time because it won't listen. I can't go back, it's only forward. It's everything behind that has me feeling tortured. I try to explain and when it all comes out like shit. So before you get tired of all this and quit, I just want to let you know that I get what you give up all the time. I know it's difficult to continue on and just be fine, but I trusted you with my story, and I know you'll be here for me. I'm not sorry that I want you, because I know you want me to. Because I love you. I love you. How will you remember me when I'm gone? Will I have been the victim or villain all along? Will I have your gratitude or forgiveness? Did anything I do stick, or was this all worthless? Stuck in place becomes time stops here. At my journey's end, is this where I disappear? I'm not afraid of death, I'm afraid of being forgotten. I guess that's why I've been trying so hard that listen to my words but don't walk my path. I'll be the one to suffer your God's wrath. Meet St. Peter just to appeal his judgment. This wasn't life meant for me, was it? I don't want your afterlife, I just want to live past my half-life. Will my words continue to always be worthless? Or will you someday make sense in the meaningless? You stop by
by earlier to tell me how wrong I was. He didn't need a reason, ended it just because. I couldn't argue, I was busy agreeing with him. I know that just existing sometimes is my greatest sin. We talk politics and religion, I told him the devil's inside all of us, and in my case he's winning. We laughed for a while and cried, he prayed. I'm not sure he understood the words that I said. I'm tired, I'm lonely, on this road to insanity. I book you a ticket, but only you can see things plainly. It's not a gift, but it barely feels like a curse. You keep using the preposition for what it's worth. Your words are worthless and your understanding doesn't understand. I'm not here for a fucking helping hand. His tears waned into the crescent shape of a smile. He hadn't seen himself like that in quite a while. So many tales to tell, but he kept wondering if they were good enough to sell. Luna was looking auspicious, and he couldn't help but witness. The sun was rising to the horizon. The road called, but he hadn't been the one to defy him. Rocks and tar built to appease his wandering, but all along the things chasing him, haunting. Town to town, conversation to argument. He couldn't quite get to the bottom of it. Focus here and now, but slowly he remembered he didn't know how. Blink of an eye and he's a speck of dust. He's forgotten he's like the rest of us.
The sentence was cut short, the semicolon into a comma for their cohorts, working together to disrupt my day. Letters written, but I've got nothing to say. I got nothing to say. Letters make words, then turn to letters, talking about how you wish I was better. Speech is talking until it's just a speech. Public speaking is just how you teach. Editor's notes are really just a disclaimer. Words can't hurt, but they pose real danger. Sticks and stones, but ideas live forever, when political fallout was just bad weather. Meteorologists just copy the weather service, same as preachers, utterly worthless. I won't panic during this pandemonium, like being trampled in a stadium. Coffin closed to end the joking. Joke's still on me and always will be. Amused it'll take my death for you to fucking hear me. Burn the books and turn a blind eye. Not educated enough to wonder why. Join the mob but admonish the masses. Complain about your overflowing glasses. Overly full but you haven't had enough. Pampered but insist life is rough. Relative pain lived out for distant relatives. Genetic predisposition for how you live. Pain passed down over centuries. Try to deal with it to the best of your abilities. Craft a life and fill it with hope. Teach them to forget but rarely how to cope. Entertain me so I can talk about it later. Don't forget to tip your waiter. Menu was full of too many choices. It's time to cut out all these outside noises. Pill bottle to placate past promises. Saw a shooting star but ran out of wishes. Melancholy manic madness. Describing my own sadness. I know you can't stand when I'm like this, so I'll leave you with a goodnight kiss. The sentence was cut short, the semicolon into a comma for their cohorts, working together to disrupt my day. Letters written, but I've got nothing to say. I got nothing to say. Pacing around the room, every corner filled with doom, hoping you could see the note I left for you. Letters making statements of how I loved you. State the truth but forgot it was a feeling. Brain rot from watching the ceiling. Windows are barless but I'm not free. Wondering if these letters ever really describe me. The sentence was cut short, the semicolon into a comma for their cohorts, working together to disrupt my day. Letters written, but I've got nothing to say. I got nothing to say. That's pretty fun little jam. All right, let's go ahead and start over here. Yeah, and then we know we're gonna want to be around 80, and we know we're gonna start with some sort of piano. So let me find my good friend Keyscape. And we'll get started here. I think you know what I want to use. I don't want to use. I'm going to try out. Like it's just kind of dirtier, but you know. There we go. I get rid of this reverb because we're gonna add in all that later. Alright, we'll see. We'll see. We got to get our chords going first. That's going to be our first order of business. Is getting in chord mode. Let's go ahead. I feel like F sharp minor has been... It's making me feel good lately. I mean, not necessarily good. I don't think I've don't think I've been feeling good at all. But I think that this is like the equivalent of how I've been feeling, I suppose. So let's try to find an idea that we're gonna have, but we want to move this up, and that way we're gonna. And then have. So we got that minor chord with that lovely. Oh, jeez. Alrighty, what up? Let's move you back. Actually, let's take off our magnet because we want these all a little different, you know, because no one's perfect, and then we'll mess. And then we definitely know where this one is gonna go lower. All right, my pinky is just just not strong enough to handle it. And then as we go up, we'll kind of layer these in. So it's, oof. Man, I really like that. Also, I know I'm only going to use 2 chords, so I want this to end. I'm actually going to try to bring all this back a little bit. Cool, and then I can stretch these individual notes out. That sounded pretty ominous, if I were to say so myself. All right, next chord we want going down. We know that we're going to start with these 2, just based off where we were before. So 1, 2, and then our wait, shit. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, and then this is just that again. I'm just so dumb. I just like woke up today and I'm just like, man, I'm so fucking stupid. It has been a struggle all day, just my own existence. So let's just let's hope that this is gonna sound okay. That sounds like horrible shit, but that's also because we have everything down here. So it might not sound as much like horrible shit as we kind of get it all going together. And then we want these highs to be reined in a little bit. All right, let's just see. Yep, that seems a-okay to me, personally. If anyone finds something wrong with it, let me know. I'll tell you, no, this is kind of where we want to be. Especially once, because we're going to chop this up, and then we're going to layer shit on top of it later. So we've got like our 4 bar, which is... Alright, so let's make sure we put this in its appropriate place, which I like to have my first melody section here. We know that we have to find our Pro Q3. Sorry, everything's going to go a little bit slower for me. I did the ambient thing and then didn't fall asleep again. It is the most annoying thing in the world to me. But we know we got to get rid of this. It's just going to be in the way when we come back around later. We need some sort of... We'll probably do Decimort on this, which I haven't been using this as much on bigger samples. I usually just use RC20 because I usually get like something easy. I love this on drums, but let's just see if we can find something real quick that'll... That's fucking... to crunch us up a little bit. I need it right here. Okay, that's okay. I made this action movie. Here we go. Nope. We definitely don't want to use in loop. That's definitely for drums. We'll just keep going until we find something. Ooh, that's kind of cool here, especially at the end. It might be too much though. Okay, I mean, not too big of a change, but something, you know. Let's try the MPC60. Yeah, there's just enough at the front that we'll have to kind of tame. I don't exactly know where that's coming from. Maybe the frequency deviation. Let's try this now. Oops, still too much. This is... Alright. We're just going to go back to the original settings and then try to... Oh, it's coming from the resolution. Let's put this up to 16 bits. Alright, we'll move it back on the left. Still just getting us. Oh, maybe the cutoff? No. Oh, it's the jitter. Nope, not the jitter either. Frequency shift. Maybe the preamp? Oh, snap. Now we're coming along. Okay. There we go. Do a little bit more. Because we want some of that, but we just don't want it to be too... like to break the bank as soon as it comes up. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Okay. Cool. Now we'll add the RC20 on top of it because we want it to bend a little bit too, you know, like we don't want it, we'll take the bit crushing out of this, which will be this section. But I really am looking for this wobble and maybe some of that tape noise. Alright, let's do this alone, and then let me take this mode off for a second. Dropouts. I'm gonna put a little space on this. Let's put it all back together. Oh man. Man, we could just add a piano on top of this, a bass line, and a drum break, and we'd be done already. But I do not want to do that yet. Now we need some strings on top of this bad boy, and you know, I haven't used it in a while, but I want to see if we could just do some sort of flex string situation, and if this is just going to do it for us anyway. Like, there's got to be some crazy ass strings in this motherfucker. So slow. Let's just see. You know, and we want them to be just almost the same. We're going to go to our first pattern, and we want them to be these notes minus our big notes. So minus these two. So let's put these on 16. And that way we can just listen to them by themselves. And that way I can kind of play around with flux a little bit more and try to figure out exactly what we want to do. So we'll detach this thing, get it out of our way over on this other monitor. Pass. What else you got over there? Okay. Let's see. I think that this would be fun to use with like automation. That makes sense. Let's just actually see if these match up now that we've been playing around with them. No, they don't match at all, like on any level. So let me start over. Let me start over with some different strings. These coming in and out kind of work. So let's go ahead and no. Instead of getting crazy, let's just copy our Desmord here, And we will also copy the RC20 that we had, and then that way they're kind of like in the same idea. Alright, that's feeling okay. I mean, nice little drops in and out too now. Let's see what happens if we put this down. Okay, going down an octave instantly. I feel like I made that better. It's just going to cover some ground that we're going to be looking for later. Alright, so let's take this and then our 4-bar here. We're going to take this and we are going to render as audio clip, and we want to do it at the highest we can, so at 32-bit. Boop boop, and we'll do all that. Cool. Now let's open up our Fruity Slicer. You know, I usually do way more slicing in Serato Sample, but you know, I am a-okay with playing around in Fruity Slicer. Also, I'm an idiot and I forgot to detach this, so it's just gonna try to overlap it over and over again as I try to drag it in there. Cool. Alright. So now let's bring this back. Let's make this big. And it is, you know, done this up for us. So within our pattern 1, this has the slicer in it. So I'm going to actually just get this off our screen for now. And I'm going to mute the keyscape and the all strings. And then we can kind of look at what we've got with the... And then we're going to mess around a little bit with the attack and delay to kind of give it... You know, because we want it to kind of sound a little bit more. I may mess with that a little bit more afterwards. But I just... This noise... That might be enough. This has to be... That sounds like shit. But I wonder if there's a way... Yeah, actually, I'm going to throw this in Serato. Because I feel like I'll be able to chop this up way better and have way more fun with it, I imagine. Just because I'm better with it. And I'll also know if I think it's hot dog shit and I won't want to mess with it at all. So we'll get it in there. And then we'll just hit set random. And that's going to give us about the same. And now we can try to chop something a little more musical into it, you know. And we'll start just with Serato. And then we'll... Okay, that's fine. But I think I was incorrect, and I need a little more in our initial idea. I think that's where I fucked up. I think we got to have one more piano in here. So clone that shit out, and we will reinstate all our friends over here. Go back to good old Keyscape.
feeling okay. And then I'm gonna add another keyscape on top of this. But it's gonna have to go to a new rack. It'll be 18, and then we'll go down to that one right there. Okay, so 18. So what's in this? Okay, so let's go do. Delay, get us a little. We'll see. Gotta mess with this. You gotta mess with these. I mean, that sounded A-okay to me. We'll see in the end. You know, this will all get changed out a lot. But I also want that versatility on this. And then I need, there's another keyscape that I want to deal with. That'll be here at 17. That does something else. It'll be like a okay. No, I'll save those for the bass notes later. I think that this could be lowered a lot, you know, just because it needs to be super in the background. Alright, that's sounding alright. greatest thing I've ever heard, but we put some drums on top of this. This is gonna end up being some sort of magical, emotional masterpiece. As long as we can start messing around with those keys. These keys are gonna end up being the most important part of the whole song. Not those. These. This section is gonna end up making the whole song. And then we need like some sort of chorus or something in there. Let's see if if Flex has one. You know, Flex is coming through for me so far. So let's see. What you got, Flex? Got some sort of chorus for me? Dreamful treasure. I don't even know what that shit means. It's fucking silly. No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like we just got some... Not a really good way to search through this either. Maybe there will be something that'll tell me that it's like a chorus. Oh, we just go down to C, dude. If I could spell. Okay, cheerful chorus will be below that. Cinematic clocks. What the hell's a cinematic clock? I'm dying to know what that is. Dang, that's kind of cool. That's cool, but not what I'm looking for. Chorus, which I don't think we're gonna find. So let's go off the beaten path. All right, let's go to our good old contact module and hope that we can find something super interesting. Oh shit, I think I still have the stupid ass intro thing on. So sorry. All right, we are working on the beat. This is not automated. I am a fucking idiot. All right. So I think I'm going to try to find some sort of chorus just to fill out that one extra section. It's just going to be something neat. Voices of something. If I can figure out what I'm looking for. Ah, that freaking ambient. It makes me so goddamn dumb. Maybe this has something. Let's check this out. No, this is not it. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm looking at. It's like just all sorts of choir nonsense. Hopefully I'll find something. Primal female voice. That's something like a logical place for me to want to go. Oh shit. Don't die on me, contact. I think I saved right before this. Ooh, hope so. We'll see. Please recover. I have like an older SSD that does this all the time. It just, everything locks up. All right. Dude, all right. Okay. What's that do? Oh, that's like a breath. Okay, so I want to find that. This, whatever this is. Oh, shit. Not up high enough. Still not up high enough. Okay, Jay. Okay, I think that'll be the one. I think that's enough to just kind of get us right through the middle of this. So I'm gonna rename this to chorus real quick. Oh shit, they keep changing. I don't want them to change. Stop. I just want it to be this forever. Hold on. Technical difficulties because I don't know how to work this. Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to have to start here. Okay, cool. It's definitely not going to hold that much sound later, but... Get this into 20. Let's EQ this. We're gonna get rid of some of that high because it might be too much. We gotta leave room for our peeps. We'll low cut there, and then we're gonna just kind of shape this a little bit better. So that way it's just coming in and out, you know? So. You know what? I want to make this cut in and out a lot. So I think that throwing a little RC20 on here where it'll let it just flutter in and out over and over so we can drop it out. And so I'm going to play it alone and then... That way we kind of have it coming in and out and we want it to flutter. Get the space on it. Oh, now we're talking. Where it's just not perfect at all. I'll kind of mess with this a little bit more. Yeah, I just want it to be not perfect. Almost like the whole thing is broken. So let's see if this works together yet. Alright, once we put some dirt behind this, it's going to sound so good. I feel like I need to get drums, or else you're just not going to, you're not going to be able to feel it unless I put some drums in this. You're just going to be like, dude, this is horrible, and I am not enjoying anything about this beat if you do not put drums on top of this. I agree with you so much. So that's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to roll out the addictive drums. We're going to put these on 1. And then I think I'll start with just a... something different. Okay. Okay. I am a horrible finger drummer, and I have not been doing it for long, so no, do not judge me, Dan. But we are going to go into this kit and start to explore it and figure out what we can do to make it sound really good. So here's our first hat. So I'm going to change this hat out already. It's just not... it's not the hat for me. I'm going to put this in our main screen here so you can see what I'm kind of up to. So the hi-hat. And I just want to find us. Let's get kicking. So we just kind of get an idea. I like that one a lot, but I need something big, you know, with that. But it's nice and crispy. Let's try. Ooh. I like that one a lot, but I want to see if there's a bigger one, because I want that. Oh yeah, now we're talking. I want to see if we can get this. I want that open hat noise to be louder than shit. You know, as I close it back. Alright, that's fine. Let's start exploring our kit. Alright. We know we need some compression, and I know I want it to start early. And then... this one just doesn't have any fucking oomph to it, right? Maybe once we put some tape on it. Man, this shit's so hard though. No shape, saturation. Okay. That's alright. I like that. I mean, I definitely need these noises. You hear this noise that's coming through that's nice, the tape noise that's coming through. I love that. Just super awesome. I'm also going to kind of make it a little bit louder than it should be. Alright, and then let's work on our snare a little bit. Alright, so as we got it, we need the compression for sure. We want the threshold also kind of low. I want it to be compressed not too horribly bad. And then, you know, we want this shit where it needs to be. Tape, we want that same tape. Our saturation. Dang it. I don't know why I keep doing that. I also need the buzz to come in, so I'm gonna, for when I do, because I'm gonna definitely have a bunch of that shit happening. Alright, cool. Now for the hat. We need this way more saturated, so this will be... Our compression will be tiny. And then... I don't know what the hell that does. Nothing so far. Alright, let's do a little something. See if we can get something sounding okay. And then I can justify even continuing the stream while I'm just losing my mind. You know, because I'm not doing that great. Man, we gotta fix this, dude. There's so much noise behind that kick. It's like that's gonna be impossible in the end to deal with. Oh, it's because this release is crazy. Okay. Alright, that's doable. Like, we want it to have noise, but it doesn't need to be crazy. I mean, this can all change later. No, let's stick with some normal ass drums. And then we'll take this, slide you under and give you there. And then these two should be maximum. This guy who's hanging out here, he should be down here closer. These sound so fucking boring. Let's just start with the hats, and then I'll add everything else in, or else I'm already irritating myself with just my poor abilities. So let's look at it. We're not going to do 16, so now should these two go up? Let's see if that change helps us along the way. Ooh, do those just sound better? Dang. Alright, so I think I'm liking these. But it's kind of a little too open. So let's do one that's going to kind of do something interesting. So we'll wait. And that one. And then this one will be the one that does something interesting. Almost like he missed it. Or we could do... No, fuck that. That's terrible. Alright, cool. So we'll just start with that. Alright, now let's get our kicks going. And then all this shit is like... So this thing should be... Man, I am struggling with these drums tonight for some reason. that turned around quickly. This was going disastrously. Alright, let's just kind of stick with this theme and hope that it turns out okay. I don't really know. I'm pretty tired. And then here, you just switch it all around. You just Dude, this is just so bad. Like, I can't even believe I made this. We'll just copy this whole thing over so I can just see how bad this is. Sit on this for a minute because I do weirdly like it all of a sudden. I feel like I gotta have that crazy happening throughout the whole thing though. And then I'm just gonna kind of add another filter on top of it. That's just gonna kind of telephone it out or something. You know, just make it weird. That's not helping. Hold on. I know you exist in here. It's just not helping. Maybe this was it. Nope, not it. Oh. Oh yeah, phone. There we go. Because now we kind of turn it more into a pad, so it won't be so... But now you hear it kind of... We're going to have to throw an EQ on top of it, though. We got rid of it before, but it's just got to... We got to tame this. That way this just isn't spiking every chance you get. Okay, I feel like we're missing something. Like, we're gonna go back into Flex and try to find us some sort of... I'm looking for... What the hell is 70s bounce? I imagine this is all... Okay, bases. That's not what I want. I'm looking for... brass, but I'm in winds. And I guess that includes brasses. That's nice. I don't really know. Let's just start with trombone staccato. See if we can get it kind of... That's kind of cool. I don't want to make it too weird. Alright, let's get into this and hope we get flavor. Do something more that was follow on this, but this is not long enough at all, so let's go into the staccato. Oh motherfucker, this is the wrong flex. Let's do the sustain. Just do the top notes here, and then I'm going to do, actually, you know what? Let's go to our keyscape and make sure we're not killing ourselves. I'm going to do these three. I'm going to do these three. And then we're going to go back here. Alright, let's put this guy on 21. And let's do 11. Can extend this out. Okay, that's sounding all right. Let's do our bottom notes and just see if that's gonna give it. Yeah, I guess a good bit more presence. We'll kind of lower this down. All right, let's give this the same treatment we've given the piano. That way it's kind of still following in, like it's almost like part of the band, you know? So then we'll see how that sounds. Alright, that makes sense. And then we'll Pro Q this and get rid of the low stuff. Let's hear it all together real quick. This is going to need an extra bit of delay, and then we're going to put this where it doesn't come in at the beginning, and that way it's going to delay out. So, I think we'll skip the first two again. Yeah. So, and then in our delay, it's going to be a saturated, and then you know what? Let's do this actually in the opposite fashion. Do one bar of this. And then I'm going to play alone. And that way, much better. We may even be able to up the volume. Mess around with this delay. Do this again by itself. Let's get back. We are taking up tons of space now. Now, I don't know if these need to come up or down, so let's bring these back alone. I'm like, let's just take them up an octave. Nope. Let's bring them down. Stop all that. No, that has to go back up. It's just not. Let's do this with everything but the piano. I'm just gonna see. Ooh, I just kind of hate it. So I'm gonna take it out for now. It'll just be gone. It's just unnecessary. It's not doing what I wanted it to do. So now we're gonna open up another contact 8. And then we're gonna try to find us like a quick noise that's gonna kind of fill out that area we're looking for. So hopefully we can do that. And I'm just gonna have this play out while I'm waiting. Rails on this. We gotta tame this guy out a little bit. Right here. do the high one. Oh no, that's a terrible idea. That's it. It's just gonna go right there at the beginning. Let's try to find some noise to throw behind here. You know, like I had to find some nice, real nice tape noise there. That sounds great too. Let's see how those end up sounding. We're gonna throw those all the way back at 40 and 41 because they're just gonna live together to make our background noise. And then we're gonna solo that, and then that. There we go. Now that's sounding like my static. All right, let's go. Oh, I forgot the bass. Dang, gotta get a bass in there. I guess we're gonna go trillion. Let's see real quick, just in case. We'll do upright. We'll do the muted, and then we'll kind of go from there. We already know what notes we're kind of playing with, so I'll pull out my pattern for my drums, and then these are my kicks, and then I'm going to try to make the bass pattern kind of centered around that, but we'll see. You know, because you know our first notes are around here, so actually we could follow this. Then we'll make these exact, but then we'll bring them back down into. So we'll have these where they're kind of lower. Interesting that this doesn't quite change as much. That's fine. Let's just drop it down. Get it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it by itself too. We'll put it on 10 where I like to put it. Let's see. seems like we may have successfully made a beat while on Ambien. And then I had the quote ready to go. Let's just see if it loads, and it feels if it feels good, because you know, I don't know. This is like how I was feeling all day, and maybe this beat will make so much more sense once the quote is in there. You know, this will have to end up getting chopped up or whatever, but I knew this is where I was going with it.
Look around, there, look around. I see a lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first 2 rules of Fight Club. Fight Club is the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived.
Let me start maxing all this out a little bit, because these will change for sure. Pattern 1 will continuously change, but I just want to kind of hear it with the quote, because that was my entire goal for the entire stream before I kind of started making this beat. And if this beat doesn't fit this quote, then that's okay. I will find another quote, but it's just something so sad lately about the way capitalism is kind of like, we all knew where the world was going, and we've all kind of been complicit in the idea of, oh, I just like to buy shit, you know, because I definitely like to buy shit, you know, it makes you feel good, you know, there's like a dopamine rush when you buy something, and you're like, oh, look at what I did, or look at what I created, look at what I bought, you know. All those things revolve around the same idea. So I'm just as bad about it as I ever have been, probably. There was a time in my life where I did not spend hardly any money. I've done better with it recently, aside from alcohol. But we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully this fits. I just want to try to get a feel for it, and then there will be way better arrangement around it. But I think that it fits the tone of kind of what Tyler's saying, you know, about the exploitative nature of capitalism. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to save this real quick. We'll see how we did.
Fight Club, the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. See all this potential? That's the squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we buy shit we don't need. The middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives.
Okay, let's get rid of everything but the keys at the beginning of this one. We keep those keys. And we'll get rid of the violins. And then that's going to kind of give us an idea of where we're going with this. I'm going to leave the chorus in. We might automate it, and then we will completely get rid of the drums. And we could do like a break to lead us in, or maybe not. I don't really know. Or maybe we'll just leave in snares and stuff.
Look around, there, look around. I see a lot of new faces.
We're going to have to mess around with this a little bit more, though.
Look around, there, look around.
Man, I really thought I clung together now.
Look around, there, look around. I see a lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first 2 rules of Fight Club. Fight Club, the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes. Working jobs we hate. We buy shit we don't need. The little children of history, man. No purpose, no place. We have no Great War. No Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives. I was raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact. And we're very, very pissed off. Cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives. We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars. Look around, better look around. I see a lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first two rules of Fight Club. I've seen Fight Club the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. Strongest potential.
Okay, these just had to be cut, and then they'll, because I don't need this. Like, I like that there's a gap, but I don't want to hear the extra stuff that's happening, you know?
Fight Club.
That way, now I can bump this one up to the same level as original.
I've seen Fight Club the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. Strongest potential. That's his quantum. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes.
Yeah.
Working jobs we hate, so we buy shit we don't need. The middle children of history, man. No purpose, no place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives.
And then there, and then there. And we may, like, let this come out later. But this one here, we're going to make unique. We're going to then pop it in to, click on it so I can figure out which one it is. We'll pop it in 43. We're going to go ahead and use all the other... Oh, no, I guess 43 is taken. Shit, take that away. Okay, so back into... We'll do it to 45. And then we'll take all this stuff and throw it into 45. And that way I can use this as well as now a delay. And I want a tape delay. And then that way our lives is just going to kind of...
Depression is our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives.
But we don't want it to go that fast. So let's see if we can slow that down a bit. All right.
Depression is our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives.
Okay. We want it to go on for a little while longer, but at maybe a slower rate. Let's see if that actually worked.
Depression is our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives.
Sweet. All right, that sounded all right. So we got the rest of the speech still that we can mess with. Let's start kind of messing around with our piano that is in here. So my favorite way to do this is to take our original pattern, clone it, and then this way we're going to be able to manipulate things, and everything will still kind of follow the same rhythm. It's not going to be something crazy. I know I turned off the magnet, so I'm gonna be struggling here until I turn it back on like a smart person. Cool. And then here with our pattern 2, now our original pattern has all this. This is a different piano, but our main piano is going kind of like down. Oh shit. Here.
Pressure. Our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives. Pressure.
Also, I want
Smartest men who've ever lived.
this one to 100% not have that horn that echoes out, which I'm sure is this.
Smartest men who've ever lived.
And then
Smartest men who've ever.
shit, what was it before? Because now I'm gonna. That repeat for this entire little section. Let's see how it goes.
Who've ever lived. Strongest potential. That's his quantity. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we buy shit we don't need. The middle children of history, man. No purpose, no place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, our lives, our lives.
Alright, and then we could automate everything to just drop out. Like right here at our lives. So we'll take it from its standard point of 80, and then we'll just have it all drop out here, and then completely restore here. That doesn't seem right.
Who've ever lived.
So as we come along,
Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression. Our lives, our lives, our lives.
actually, let's not do it as the master. Let's do it. I'm gonna have to create a bus for all the other shit real quick. So we'll do 15 through whatever. We're gonna say 35 is now our bus name. Bus, and then we'll put 15 through everywhere. It isn't going anywhere else into the bus. So 15, 16, 17. I don't even know how much shit goes through all this, but if it's got a thing, I'm throwing it through the bus. If it's
Great War is a spiritual war.
20, oh no, it's 21 and 22, Jay. 22. And I think that might be the end.
Great War is a spiritual war.
Cool. So now we can take our bus volume and we can drop that. And now it's not going to affect the drums or anything else. So then we'll do our same thing. We're at 80. And then our drums will still run. And then when we bring it all back, it's going to be like, whoa, okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll do that to here. That was a whiff. If I've ever seen one, then let's make sure it's actually what it's supposed to be. Alright.
Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression. Our lives, our lives, our lives.
I came back in, it sounded terrible.
Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, our lives.
Maybe we'll like have to kind of creep back in. Okay, that was much better. That original, it was just so bad. What in the fucking world? Why is that being... Oh, we're like fucking crazy. Alright. You're just off.
All been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. Slowly learning that fact. Very, very pissed off.
Okay, let me get these crackles coming, and then I don't even think I'm gonna do much more with this. I just wanted it to be kind of like fun. You know, this is definitely gonna get struck anyway. But
Around, look around. I see a lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first two rules of Fight Club. I've seen Fight Club the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. See all this potential? That's the squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas. Look around. I see a lot of... I've seen Fight Club the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. See all this potential? That's the squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we buy shit we don't need. The middle children of history, man. No purpose, place. We have no great war, no great depression. Is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives. Pissed off. Very pissed off. Very, very pissed off. Very, very pissed off. Very, very pissed off, 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 pissed off. Very very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off. Very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off. very, very his.
And that is the dramatic conclusion of that. And I feel like this is done.
Around, look around. I see a lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first two rules of Fight Club. Fight Club, the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. I see all this potential, and I see it squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we buy shit we don't need. Children of history, man. No purpose, no place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives. Gods and rock stars, but we won't. Slowly learning that fact. Very, very pissed off. Very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, smartest men who've ever lived. Fight Club, the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. See all this potential, and I see it squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, we buy shit we don't need. The middle children of history, man. No purpose, no place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression.
For this pattern too, the drums have to change. We got to do something neat in here, just because there's no dialogue, and I feel like this is our big chance to do something different. So it's like boom. So we'll just. Strategy for this whole section. Boom. Boom. It's just a struggle. It's just a struggle of a drum pattern. No, that is dog shit. That is not good. Let's just say here. Getting rid of these is going to be helpful. So it's like. much shit.
All been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars. But we won't. Slowly learning that fact. Very, very pissed off. Very. Slowly learning that fact. Very. But we won't. But we won't. We won't. We're slowly learning that fact. We're very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off. We won't. We're slowly learning that fact. We're very, very pissed off, 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 pissed off. We won't. We're slowly learning that fact. We're very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off. We're slowly learning that fact. We won't. We're slowly learning that fact. We're very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off.
Alright. That concludes.
A lot of new faces.
Some of the best beat I've ever made. It's not
Shut
the
up.
worst.
Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first two rules of Fight Club.
It'll be up soon. Had fun making it. I'll play it out on the outro. There's, nobody here anyway, so we'll play it out and see you next time. Maybe I'll make a better beat or something people want to watch.
Shut up!
Until next time. Enjoy.
Means a lot of you have been breaking the first two rules of Fight Club. Fight Club, the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. Slowest defender. That's his quantum. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, buy shit we don't need. Children of history, man. Purpose, place. We have no great war, no great depression. It was a spiritual war. Our great depression. No great depression. It was a spiritual war. Our great depression. Our lives, 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 our lives.
So I actually want the drums to do exactly what the original, what everything else is doing, but I want to leave in everything else. So I want to figure out a way to copy that. So we'll say bus volume menu. So clone. And I wonder if there's a way to copy these points into here. I don't think there is. That would be neat if I could copy this like for another one. But what I'm going to do instead is just like copy all the values and hope for the best. And then this one drops to here. Up to here. Alright. I don't know what I've done. Okay, so this one is like there. Cool. And then, because I don't need the second bus one. These should be as close to each other as possible. So I paste type 580. And then they're coming I think this is the point where I wanted to start. And then that way, everything's coming in and out. So we'll see.
No Great Depression. Great War is a spiritual war.
These to drop out a little slower.
No Great Depression. Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives.
Alright, and then didn't do this. So with this, I'm gonna kind of have it come completely off. So it's gonna go from full to nothing so fast. Whatever it's. So it's a. Alright.
No Great Depression. Great War is a spiritual war.
That way we're not gonna run into some weird shit later on. It's just there. And then everything pops back into its place. Here. And no. Here. We'll do it here. No. After it gets it. After you get your chance to say it. And boom. Alright.
No Great Depression. Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives.
I think I'm gonna have this one do this too.
No Great Depression. Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, our lives, our lives, our lives.
And then I want the bass and it to come back at the same time. So that actually works. And I think this is fine here. Oh, jeez, I can't see shit. I'm so old. So our 80%, and then we're done. Because now we've got it mixed where it was to before. So then we'll.
Depression is our lives, it's our lives, our lives.
I wonder if we could leave these out until here and then do something else with. Okay, let's just see. You know, and then like have kind of a gap in there. I'm fucking trying to make this song too much. The song is like done. I don't know why I'm over here still fucking around with it. You know. But we could do some stuff, you know, maybe a riser or something, you know, some sort of noise, like fucking, who knows? All right, we'll get this. Let's see. So
Depression is our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives.
oh yeah, that hits so much better. Actually, I didn't even do anything. Shit. What's that?
Pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off. Look around, a lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you been white blood, the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. So it's the generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we buy shit we don't need. The middle children of history, man. No purpose, no place. We have no great war, no great depression. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression is our lives, is our lives, is our lives, is our lives, is our lives.
Okay, so this pattern 1 that comes in, I'm gonna have to change it out too, damn it. So clone that out, do this new pattern 2, because we want this to like kind of change in a way that allows it to drop out like the way we've got everything dropping out. So we want to get rid of our this, so, and then it's gonna just go. And then I want to get rid of our main kind of piano idea, but I can keep the other one with this one. So it's just.
Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression is our lives, is our lives, is our lives.
And that way, we don't have like that big lead, and then all of a sudden it's like.
Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression is our lives, is our lives, is our lives, is our lives, is our lives.
Oh yeah.
All been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. Slowly learning that fact. Slowly learning that fact. Very, very pissed off. We won't. We're slowly learning that fact. We're very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off. Around, look around. A lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first 2 rules of Fight Club. Fight Club, the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. Slowest defender. That's the squander. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we buy shit we don't need. The middle children of history, man. No purpose, no place. We have no great war, no great depression. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression is our lives, is our lives, is our lives, is our lives, is our lives.
Okay, I wonder. I got an idea. I want to put this piano. We're gonna clone it out, and then we're not gonna put it through the bus. Whichever piano is this one? Which one is it? So piano number. Shit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we can get this to work. Or it's just gonna be like. Okay, first I need some sort of note. That's not helpful at all. Okay.
Great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression. Great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives. Great war is a spiritual war. Great war is a spiritual war. Great war is a spirit. Great war is a spiritual war. Great war is a spiritual war. Great war is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, it's our lives. Great war is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives. Great war is a spiritual war. Great war is a spiritual war. Great war is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives. Great war is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives. Great war is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives.
Oh yeah.
All been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact. Very, very pissed off. We won't. We're slowly learning that fact. We're very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off. We're very, 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 very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, very, very pissed off, pissed off, pissed off, pissed off. Look around, a lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first two rules of Fight Club.
Yo, what's up, man? How you been? Been a minute. Just out here,
Smartest men who've ever lived.
you know, making some, well,
That's his quality.
was making,
God damn it, an
Oh,
entire
nice.
generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves,
Awesome,
white
man.
collars.
where you working at?
Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we buy shit we don't need.
I got a little excited with this Fight Club beat.
We have no great war, no great depression. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives, it's our lives. All been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact. Very, very very, very pissed off.
Hey, that's nice. Fixing boat engines and car engines. Shit. Man, I'd be lost as hell. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I gotta save this for later. This magical Fight Club beat that I was working on earlier. Man, well, you make anything new recently? I ain't really been keeping up with everybody as well as I should be. But what can you do? What can you do? I took some Ambien. My ass should be asleep, but it just did not work. Like, I don't know, man. Just didn't work. It's like once every like 4 or 5 days, I'll like lay down to go to bed, and it's like, nah, man, it's a fucking silly effort. You're not doing that. All right, I want this one. Darken. Yeah, I think it's the one. No, it's that basement. Huh? Fucked up. Oh shit! Nice, man. Maybe they'll be your new boat and truck. You know, I mean, if you left them behind, then they could, you know, for in the foreseeable future, just be yours. I mean, I don't know how close you are with your dad. Man, dang, this is like way darker than I want it to be. Oh no, this might give off some shitty. Dang. I just want it to be. See, I get up here, it gets all fucked up. Maybe this is the one. It's fine. Yeah, I hadn't done shit, man. I haven't been writing at all. I just been making the worst beats of all time. Well, sometimes. I'd say in general they haven't like. Yeah, man, you might as well, dude. I have just not. I feel like I haven't been streaming, you know, like I was on BandLab now that got taken away. And I feel like it's kind of fucked up my general productivity that I had there for a little while. Because, you know, streaming two nights a week or whatever, and then you were like making enough music to supplement in between. You know, that was a lot, dude. Kind of now that that's all gone, it sucks. You still using FL, or you getting any better with that? Oh shit! Now we got something. I know you like had started to, but I don't know how it was going. And you get a job, you know, and all that shit goes in the back. Yeah, they like, I don't know, they messed it up, especially for us, because like we had like a thing going, you know what I mean? Like there was like we had a lot of shit going on. Like, I was having a lot of fun with that, and it's like just gone. I don't know. Dang, a studio in your closet? Alright, that's what I'm talking about. With foam, oh shit, dude. Oh, I'm so lazy. I just like throw a blanket over me. I don't do any of that. Dude, I don't do much of that extra. Damn, why is this sounding like such ass? There we go. 'Cause, you know, I don't know. I don't know how it was going. And you get a job, you know, and all that shit goes in the back. Yeah, This will be some emotional jam later. Boom. Oh, sure can't. Oh, I gotta make sure I write these down. 5. That's not a 5. 5.25. 5.28.25. 5.28.25. We're all forget to come back to these. Yeah, no. To pay a non-producer to make my able to see if he can give me the industry standards. Oh man, I don't know if you should do all that. I mean, nah, I don't. Dude, I have a friend that like does a bunch of that like has those same sort of ideas where he'll like send some stuff off and like get people to work on it. But the people that are working on it, they're generally not the right people. Like, be careful, man. Be real careful. Yeah, just as a word to the wise here. Check out this beat we made last night. If I can find it. Hold on. What was yesterday's beat? Old timer, that's coming up. That just came out on YouTube. Damn, what was I making? Oh yeah, Can't Outrun the Devil. Check this thing out, man. This thing's cool.
I'm just an old hippie.
Wait, where's the video though? Oh, I haven't even made the video for it.
I'm just an old hippie dude that's done a lot of acid. I live by a few rules. Be kind to those that you're closest to. Wear a good hat and a good pair of boots. A good hat helps hide what you're doing from the Lord above.
Yeah, he keeps getting like
good boots, they help you outrun the devil. Outrun the devil.
lied to. I think this one's going to be the cover for this one. Can't Outrun the Devil. Yeah, I think it's going to be cool when it's done, you know. This beat's sick as shit.
Makes you think. When you're my age, there's a lot to think about. I live by a few rules. A good hat helps hide what you're doing from the Lord above. Good boots, they help you outrun the devil. Outrun the devil. Outrun the devil. Outrun the devil.
Here we go. Here's what I'm making. Yeah, I made a bunch. I haven't been making as much as I was before. Like, there's a minute there where I was making like 3 or 4 a night. So, but these drums take a lot longer now that I'm using like actual drum kits and shit to build them. So, but it ends up sounding better. I love
Just an
these
old hippie
drums.
dude that's done a lot of acid. Makes you think. When you're my age, there's a lot to think about. A good hat helps hide what you're doing from the Lord above. And good boots, they help you outrun the devil. 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 Outrun the devil.
Yeah, what's this one? Oh, okay, that one's already up on my YouTube. I don't know if you keep up with that shit at all. Oh, that one's definitely up on there. That one's weird, though. This one's got just a tough as shit sample. Nothing too crazy.
Real strength is about taking responsibility.
Oh, this one's the shit right here. This is the Obama beat.
Real strength is about taking responsibility for your actions and telling the truth even when it's inconvenient. Real strength is about carrying a heavy load without complaining.
This piano took fucking forever. This beat's loud as shit.
It's about helping people who need it and standing up for those who can't always stand up for themselves.
Music and Mama Bean. What else we got? Oh, this is the Toy Box beat. This one comes out in a minute. This one's good too. It's like some weird MF Doom shit. Now I was learning to make some brakes, so I made a shitload of brakes for some people. And I thought about doing like a whole brake deal, but it's something I did 200 revisions to, almost 189 revisions, and I didn't finish it. I gotta know what it is. 189 revisions to get to here. I see why I gave up. This is just not good. Oof. No bueno. That's when you know you wasted a whole day of your time right there. What's this? This didn't get mastered either. Oh, I don't know. That's kind of sweet, though. Dang, I should mess around with that. I gotta remember about that one. And that's 62 revisions, and I didn't come back to that either. Oh, well, see why. I broke it. Oh, let's see what 61 does. Oh, there must be something in there that I muted. Alright, well, we won't figure that one out. Alright, well, either way, just showing off some beats I've been working on. It was good that you stopped by, man. I'm glad everything's all well. You know, Florida's crazy down there. Probably about done for the night. I've been streaming for a long ass time. 2 hours. I made a whole beat at the beginning, so you're more than welcome to check out how I did that or whatever, you know. But it's good to see you, man. Yeah, we got to figure out a way to, if you hit me up outside of this, maybe we'll try it. Maybe I'll do better with my BandLab messages. But man, I'm glad all is well. If you need anything, you know, hit me up. Dude, I hope it goes well if you send off those lyrics, but be careful, man. Be careful. I do now have an Instagram, but I don't ever use it. Hold on, I'll send it in the chat here real quick. Let me figure it out. If I can figure it out. You know, I'm old as shit, dude. I'm way too dumb. I just started it. So, okay, it should be just K-on's period music. Should be it. I didn't spell it right. Oh man, I really know I'm tired. That should be it. K-on's period music. So yeah, K-on's period music. I hope is the way, but I don't really know. I get confused as hell, man. So hopefully that works. Like I said, if you need me, I'm around. I gotta go though, because the Ambien or whatever is now finally kicking in, and I'm about to die. So I appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, hit me up, and I'll talk to you later, homie. Hope anyone that views this in the future enjoys the beat that I made. We'll just dub it the Fight Club beat, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Appreciate you.